First Day Jitters. By Julie Danberg. Sarah, dear, time to get out of bed, Mr. Hartwell said, poking his head through the bedroom doorway. You don't want to miss your first day at your new school, do you? Goodness gracious. I'm not going to, said Sarah, and pulled the covers up over her head. Of course you're going, honey, said Mr. Hartwell as he walked over to the window and snapped up the shade. No, I'm not. I do not want to start over again. I hate my new school, Sarah said, and then she tunneled down to the end of her bed. What does Mr. Hartwell look like?
He's tearing his hair out.
Yeah. How can you hate your new school, sweetheart? Mr. Hartwell chuckled. You've never been there before. Don't worry. You liked your other school. You'll like this one. And besides, just think of all the new friends you're going to meet. That's just it. I don't know anybody, and it will be hard, and I just hate it. That's all. My goodness, look at the kid wearing bubble gum.
Let me see. Can I see?
Right there.
Where's the girl with the blonde hair?
Oh my, police officers. What will everyone think if you aren't there? We told them you're coming. This is missing. Sarah Jane Hartwell.
Stick figures.
They will think that I am lucky, and they'll wish that they were home in bed just like me. Mr. Hartwell sighed. Sarah Jane Hartwell, I am not playing this silly game 1 second longer. I'll see you downstairs in 5 minutes. He seems pretty serious.
I don't know how parents do that.
Sarah tumbled out of bed, and then she stumbled into the bathroom. Oh my goodness, what a mess. Then she fumbled into her clothes. Look at that cute cat. My head hurts, she moaned as she trudged into the kitchen. Mr. Hartwell handed her a piece of toast and her lunchbox. Then they walked to the car, and Sarah's hands were cold and clammy. They drove down the street, and she couldn't breathe. Oh, goodness. Oh, wow, look at that school. And then they were there. I feel sick, Sarah said weakly. Nonsense, said Mr. Hartwell. You'll love your new school once you get started. Oh, look, there's your principal. Let's go back to that one. Mrs. Burton. Sarah slumped down in her seat. You can even see the dog in the car. Oh, Sarah, Mrs. Burton gushed, peeking into the car. There you are. Come on, I'll show you where to go. You see her in the car? She led Sarah into the building and walked quickly through the crowded hallways. Don't worry, everyone. She's nervous on the first day, she said over her shoulder as Sarah rushed to keep up. Lots of people. Lots of people looking. Goodness, I never had so much trouble.
Open.
Thanks. When they got to the classroom, most of the children were already in their seats. Oh, look at that guy. Thank you.
Which guy? Which guy?
And then the class looked up and Mrs. Burton cleared her throat. Class, attention please, said Mrs. Burton. And when the class was quiet, she led Sarah to the front of the room and said, Class, I would like you to meet... What does their faces look like? I would like you to meet your new teacher, Mrs. Sarah Jane Hartwell. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. First day jitters, happy school.